Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We review anything and everything. And today we are getting into another Pokemon Select review. This is actually a Christmas gift for my son. He loves Pokemon, which if you look back at the earlier aspects of the channel, we had a lot of Pokemon figures. Now, some of the phrases that are, this is the legendary Pokemon Rayquaza. And hopefully I pronounced that right. And some of the terms that you see on the box here says things like trainer team series. So I don't know if this is specific kind of series elements, because I know there are different types that they used to make before with there's the Select, and then there was a different name with the red boxes, and I forget what those were called now. Just taking a quick look at the box though. And you can see here some of the ones that come with this series. Now, you have Charizard, you have Zapdos, and you have Lucario, which Zapdos is the only other legendary, and obviously Charizard is just very popular, and Lucario was actually in a movie before. But they all come with stands. The most legendary one here is Rayquaza. Now, one thing I want to also point out too, when I had unboxed this, I didn't realize until after opening it up. Obviously, it's a gift for my son, so you know, during Christmas, you're just ripping open the boxes and you're getting into things and not realizing that the stand was in it. I didn't realize that because he was folded in a way where he fit completely in the box based on his articulation. Each segment of him can twist, and he was folded like a pretzel into the box, not realizing that the stand is behind, like it's the flat piece, the base is underneath, and then the little pole is somewhere tucked in there as well. So you don't even notice it. So be very careful with making sure that you don't end up losing that, because that's something that's actually easy to do. Now, he is a very large Pokemon figure. Here you could see he's quite large, and I'm gonna bring in a couple of Pokemon for comparison. Before I do though, I'm not gonna do all the crazy articulation with him right now, because I got him in this pose, and it's kind of like a nice pose to kind of get him in, but he's got articulation in his hands. He can twist his wrists, move these up and down. Everywhere you see a joint is an articulation point. But here is the main aspects of his articulation. Oh, he came off. His main articulation points are wherever you see a connecting point. So this could spin, this could spin, this could spin, and all through here. So what happens is it creates this element. If you want him to get him long, you got to start spinning it in a way where you get him in this pose. Otherwise, the way he originally came was this very much pretzel-like configuration. Well, let me see if I can make something similar to that here, where it's kind of something like that. And obviously you got to have the hole here. Make sure that the hole is facing the correct way downwards for the stand. And then there you go right there. So he's actually, like I said, it's a very nice figure as far as these Pokemon figures go. Now I want to first bring in a comparison of a regular small size Pokemon. So here is your standard small size Pokemon. I'll put him on Rayquaza's stand. So that way you could see right there how he stands freehand, but then here how he is if I stand him up next to him, and I'll bring him close into the view. So you can see that the regular small size Pokemon, or level 1 Pokemon, if you call it that, is, or first, you know, evolution, or whatever you want to phrase it, base form, is about the size of his head, roughly. So you can see that kind of dynamic in size. And there he goes. So you get that size difference. Rayquaza is definitely a massive Pokemon figure within this scale and context, because you know this is even bigger than Charizard would be relative to his length and whatnot. And I know that he's a big Pokemon, but the thing that's very funny is that when it comes to Pokemon, most of the Pokemon are larger than the actual size that it says. If you ever looked at like their stats in terms of their height for a lot of Pokemon, or their lengths, are a lot shorter than what you visually see them in like the animated show or anything like that. So they always upscale them. Another figure I want to bring into play is my only other one that fits on a stand, and that is Lugia. And so here you get that sense of scale that he does compare with Lugia. Obviously, he's not as thick as Lugia, but in terms of overall size, he is definitely just as majestic and large. And even though his stand is different, Lugia comes with a different type of stand. I won't say Lugia's stand is better or not. It's, how should I say it? So Lugia's stand is not articulating. It does feel a little bit more sturdy because when you lock it in, it stays the way it is. And with that curve, you know he's not gonna fall off of it. But Lugia stands in like that with these two holes on the bottom. So it doesn't have articulation, where Rayquaza, his has articulation because it can bend at this point down at the bottom, if I'm not mistaken, and then it can bend at the top hinge here. So that way he doesn't have to be just straight up and down, even though if you do have him straight up and down is the best point for his, for that center of weight. Whereas with Lugia's, because the stand bends, but it has the way it's built, it still maintains that good center of gravity. So I just wanted to pick that there. This is gonna be a quick review, but this is the Pokemon Select Rayquaza. Link's going to be in the description below, where he can be purchased on purchased on Amazon. If the figure is available on Amazon. I actually purchased this one at Target, and I actually got him on sale for about $11. I'm not sure what his base price is. It may have been on sale almost 50%. So check that out, and hopefully you can get him for a good deal on Amazon as well. As always, you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.